Hello, it's time for pips. Let's place some dominoes. We'll start with easy. All right, we've got three equivalence regions, one of which has three, which will be the threes, actually. I think that's necessary. And it needs to go this way, otherwise it will block off the bottom equivalence, which must be double ones. We'll then need to finish the twos here, and then finally add to 9 with a 4 and a 5. And that was all completely forced. That was the easy crossword, that was the easy pips. Let's try another difficulty with medium. Okay, so we need to add to 3 with something that comes off a greater than 3. So the 4 could come off of it, or, well, yeah, it'll actually have to be a 4. So it'll leave to a 1 or 2, which means another 1 or a 2 goes here, and then another 1 or a 2 on the other side of that. Lots of 1s and 2s. Oh, interesting. So we've got a 4 coming off. I wonder if this can work in either orientation. So if that 1 is there, we'd need a 3 there and then a 0 here. Yeah, then a greater than 3 is a 4 there and a 1, 1. I wonder if that could have worked with either sort of orientation of 1s and 2s. I'm not sure, but that was the medium. Let's try hard. Okay, let's rearrange this slightly. All right, what do we have here? We have a 17. It's the highest total we have is a 9, which means we'd still need 8 more. It's not enormously difficult. The 4-sized 4 region is interesting. We don't have any zeros, actually, which means we'll need to use 4 of our 5 1 pips all in there. Oh, and we have an equivalence of size 5. That's also worth noting. We have 5 3s and 5 4s. But, okay, and also the 4 is going to need a double 1 because something needs to go in the lower right corner. It can't go here because then we'd create an impossible situation below it in the grid, which means it must go here. So that is forced. We also have a 5 pointing into a 7, and we'll need a 1 pointing down into the 7. So it can't be this 6 because then we would need a 1, 5, which we don't have. So it can't be that one. Could it be the 1, 4 or the 1, 3? I think that's probably extremely possible. 4 and then a 3, 5. Yeah, we could do that. Or 3 and then a 4, 5. We could also do that. So I don't know which of those it is yet. Let's see. Could the 4 region have a 1 pip pointing upwards? That would require the 10 to be made in a single domino. Can we do that? I don't think we can. We'd need 2 5s or a 6 and a 4, which we don't have. So the 4 region must point out into the 1, which means it can't be that 3. It could be... I don't think it could be this one. I don't think it could be this because then we'd need a 6 pointing out from it into the equivalence region, and that would be a 1, which doesn't work. So what that tells me is it'll need to be this 1 through... No, sorry. What was the other one? No. What did I just do? Yeah, it'll need to be this 1, 6. Sorry. And then we'll need a 4 pointing out into the equivalence, which was 3s, wasn't it? Yes. So 4 goes into 3s. There we go. That's correct. So now I don't think we know which 1 pip points out of the 4 into the 7, because currently I think either of them could work. Yeah, they can. So now, do we have a double 3? We do. Is there a place the double 3 needs to go? Yes, it will need to go in one of the 2 orientations in the lower part of the remaining equivalence region. We also need a greater than 3 with a 3 attached to it, which must be this 5. So I think actually it doesn't matter which way this goes, because either way we'll have this in one direction and then the double 3 filling the other bit. And come on. And then something else pointing into the 17. I think that just has to be the case. So now we've actually constrained how to build our 17. We could do 5, 4, 4, 4, and I think that's our only possibility. So the 3 Oh, does that mean I've ruined it? I think it does mean I've ruined it. I've made a mistake at some point. I've made a bad assumption at some point here. Yeah, how did I do that? What did I do? Oh, no, no, no. Maybe that's wrong. Oh, no, I think it is right. I think my solution is wrong because the highest thing I could put in there is a 2, which into the 17, which would mean we would need 3 5s, which we don't have. So that is wrong. Sorry about this. It's been a while since I made, I think, this grievous a mistake. So where did I start assuming things incorrectly? It must have been back here. So what did I say? I said we couldn't put a 1 3 going into the 10. We can't build the 10 on its own, so there does need to be something pointing into it. Could we have a 1? Let's see. The other option would be a 1 4. I thought I said this wasn't possible for some reason. Yeah, I think it's not. 1 4 going into there would mean we'd need a 6 going here because that would be the only way to finish the 10. And now that ruins everything. So that's wrong. So what am I misunderstanding about this? Is it true that we can't build a 10 on its own? We'd need a 6 and a 4 or 2 5s. We don't have either of those. Yeah, I'm making a bad assumption here. Somehow. Is there another way to do this? 1 6 4 1. Oh, I could just use a different 4. Why did I think it had to be the 4 1? Why did I say that? That's a weird thing to have said. Because the equivalence region's all 3s. Oh no, is this what I did before? Yeah, sorry, that's what right. This is what I did when I got it all wrong. Sorry, this is a catastrophe. Let's oh my goodness. So we still need 4 4s in the 4 region, and we still need one of them to be a double. I mean, there's no way around that. And it has to go this way, because if it doesn't go that way, then we've blocked off that region down there. That's all correct. That must be correct. I don't see any possible way for it not to be. So I'm making some kind of just incorrect assertion when it comes to this 10 region. What am I getting wrong about that? We can't build it in 1. We simply cannot. So there needs to be a 1 pointing into it. We can't have a 1 3 pointing into it because that would require 7 in the rest of it. We know that. Can it? Yeah, I don't think it can be a 1 4. We've tried this as well because the 4 would need a 6. We only have one of those. That points into the equivalence regions. Okay, so I think my original assertion must have been correct, but I've done something wrong still. So the 4 now, oh, you know what? Maybe there was something other than 3s that we could have built that region out of. 4s. Do we have oh, it's 4s. That's where I went wrong, I think. So we now need 4s to complete the equivalence region. That was my assumption, as I just didn't see all the possibilities for that. Or I might have initially and then forgotten about it. That's what it is. Okay, so now we need a less than 3 connecting to a 4, of which we only have one possibility. So that goes here. I mean, it doesn't matter which orientation it goes ultimately for a reason we discussed earlier. So now, but wait, no, this doesn't work. Because now we would need a double 4. Sorry, I'm losing my mind. Oh, no. Yeah, I would need a double 4 here. I'm sorry about this. What am I doing? Could it be 5s? No. 3s? 3s are what I had before. Is there a way to make that work? Less than 3 connects to a 3, so it's a 2 or a 1. We'd need a double 3 in here somewhere. Three with a 5, and then 9, let's say. So that's 14. We'd need 3 more here connecting to less than 3. Wait, this does seem like it's working now. Why wasn't it working before? Oh, because I needed a 5, right. I needed a 5 down here for the 5 region. Maybe this, yeah, this probably still doesn't work. So 4 then connected to a 3 and a 1. Oh, no, maybe it does. 5 plus 8 is 13. We need 4 more. This does work. What did I, this is the most inept solve I've had in ages. I mean, what was I doing? What was I doing wrong? Sorry, I'm sure all the things I was doing wrong were blatantly obvious as I was doing them, but I was just, that was ridiculous. I mean, this all was pretty logical. I just, for some reason, kept making massive blunders. I don't know what that was all about. Sorry about that. Well, those were the pips. I stumbled my way to the conclusion of the hard eventually. And that was it. Back tomorrow. Bye for now.